have no choice but to do CPR where he's sitting. So I want you to put the child on the seat where he's sitting and do CPR. And to answer your question, okay, all I want you to do is just compress deep enough. Don't waste time. I mean, it is a good idea, but you're going to be wasting a lot of time trying to find something hard and put it under the person's back. Okay? All I want you to do is now be very conscious that you are doing the compressions on something soft, and you're just going to have to go for it. Go as deep as you can. Tell students in general that you are supposed to go 5 to 6 centimeters deep for an adult in order to squeeze the heart. Because if you don't go deep enough, let's just say you're being too gentle, I don't want to hurt him, you're not squeezing the heart. Completely pointless. Okay, so you must go 5 to 6 centimeters. However, a student asked me, says, what does that mean? Like, how, first of all, I don't have a tape measure. When I'm doing CPR on somebody, I don't have a tape measure. And second, even if I tape measure, how do I measure it? What does that mean? So I always tell my students, when in doubt, just go deep. Okay, rather go too deep than not deep enough. So yeah, thanks for asking that question.
Questions while tapping on the shoulders. Are you okay? Can I help you? Is the last one. I'm
Okay, thanks for asking. I will go through it because I do need to talk about that. So first, hey, are you okay? So the first thing we're doing is we're assessing whether the person is responsive. Okay? And the second thing is, I'm a first aider. So that is to identify yourself. Not only does he need to know you're a first aider, more important, the bystanders you need to know. Okay? Because if the bystanders don't know you're a first aider, they're worried. Are you the person that hurt him? Are you the person that basically is the person that put him on the ground? They're also worried, are you going to steal his wallet? You're going to take his phone? And the reason is because you need to look for bracelets, you need to look for a necklace, you may need to go into the person's wallet, look for ID cards, maybe even bring out their phone in order to know why he's on the ground, what's wrong with him. Okay? People that carry apps now, you don't even need to punch a password. All you need to do is just press the power button, and it'll pop up everything you need to know, including his emergency contact, what's wrong with him, maybe he has a history of a heart attack, history of diabetics, whatever. Okay? So as soon as you power the phone up, you have a list. So because you need to do that, you need to let people know, I'm a first aider. So as soon as they hear that, they're not worried. Okay? And the third thing is, can I help you? Absolutely. You're asking for consent. Very, very important that you ask for consent. If you don't get consent, do not touch the person. Do not help him. Okay?
An unconscious person can't give you consent.
Correct. Because he cannot give him consent and he's unconscious, the law says we have implied consent. Implied consent means that even though he cannot respond, he cannot hear me, the law assumes that he wants me to help him. It's called implied consent. Can you guys think of another situation where we have implied consent?
a child.
Absolutely. A child, let me remind you what the age is. A child is from 1 to 8. Okay, below 1 is an infant, above 8 is an adult. Okay? So with a child, when you're dealing with a child, ask permission from the parent or guardian, but if there's no parent or guardian there, then you have implied consent. Okay? What if they don't understand English? Or maybe they are deaf or dumb, they cannot speak or they cannot hear you. Do we have implied consent?
Well, if we're in that crowd where we're calling the red shirt and the blue shirt, we could probably ask, but what if we're in a situation, like we could ask somebody to translate for us? Or
Okay,
if we're in
sure.
a situation where there's no one there.
There's no one there?
Do we get Google? Like, I don't know, like how would we? I don't know.
Yeah, no, you tell me. Like, do we have implied consent? I mean, yes, you can try other things, but let's just say you completely have no other options.
Yes, I would say yes, because it's between you saving someone's life, no matter if what they speak.
Okay, okay. I understand what you're trying to say, but the answer is no.
What?
Yeah.
They might be fighting you off.
Yeah.
You know, like
You still need to get consent, but with that said, it's actually not as difficult. You just use gesture, right?
Oh, yeah, they'll
You
tell
go,
you.
I want to help you. Okay? Most people will understand. But you do, like, legally, you do need either a thumbs up or a no.
Probably him. I said no.
How about family members? What if the family members don't want you to help? So I see this person on the ground, okay, so he is unconscious, unresponsive. I have implied consent to help him, so I'm beginning to help him. All of a sudden, the family members stop. No, don't touch him. Can I still help him?
Yes, I think you can.
Yeah. Nicholas?
Right now, there's more and more people with the DNR
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't have the right to stop you.
Okay, so I agree with both of you, okay? So Angela says absolutely because Angela thinks, okay, it's his life.
Mhm.
He wants to live,
Yeah.
okay?
Exactly.
So because he wants to live, and I have implied consent, I can help him. But I also understand Nicholas, okay? Hey, he might have a do not resuscitate order, right? So, and because the family knows that, okay, then I shouldn't help him. Or maybe there's actually other legitimate reasons that the family is aware of, okay? So my answer to that is I just leave it up to you because it all depends on the situation, okay? Number one, know that you do have a right to help them. So by law, you're not at fault if you do help them. But at the same time, the reality is I don't want you to get punched in the face by the family, right? So I'll tell you what I would do in that situation. I'm about to help them. I'm starting my CPR. All of a sudden, the family member says, "Stop! No, don't touch them." Okay, you don't want to touch them? Fine. I'll bring out my phone. I'll dial 911, and I've already helped. So that's what I'll do.
And you what, sorry?
Just call 911.
Oh, okay.
Just call 911. I'm already helping.